Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rebel Alameen. Rahman Rahim. Maliki Yamadeen. Yakana Buddha with Yakanasta'in. Adina Saratar Mustaqim. Saratar Athena. Amta Aleha Garia Madubi Aleham. Walidolim. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Our Father want me to explain something to you this morning about now first, back in the videos that was done earlier, I told you that the jinns, which is the Caucasians, agreed with Satan that he could be an independent God. Now, before Genesis, what I read to you November the 2nd, which was the day November the 2nd. I read something to you out the Quran where it says that the rebel unjustifiable charge to God's absolute authority was met and resolved in the most efficient manner. After giving the rebels sufficient chance to denounce their crime and submit to him, God decided to exhale the hardcore rebels on the spaceship called Earth. Now, we are on that spaceship too, brothers. We are on the Earth. So in order for us to be here, we also had to go against God, but not in the same manner. See, the Caucasian, which was the jinn, which is the jinns, they agreed with Satan wholeheartedly. See, we didn't agree. See, our crime was not agreeing with Satan, but in a way, we did. Now, I know that sounds like a contradiction, but it's not really. So now I'm going to tell you why we're here on the earth, brothers and sisters, the image and the likeness of our Father. In a way, we did agree also with Satan. I'm going to tell you how. All right, I'm going back to why we was created. And I'm just going to read the part where we agreed with them. Number 3, jinns, creatures who agreed with Satan that he is capable of being a god. Number 4, now this is talking about us, humans, creatures who did not make up their minds. See, that's why we're here on the earth. We didn't agree with Satan like y'all go vote for these people to be on top of y'all, all these Caucasian and one wicked black man to govern y'all and be on top of y'all. See, we didn't do that. We took too long to make up our minds, meaning that we was thinking, could he be? Nah, I don't think. But we took too long to submit to our Father absolute authority. Now, humans, creatures who did not make up their mind, they failed to make a firm stand with God's absolute authority. See, we did that. And by doing that, that make us also agreeing that we were thinking about, could he do it? See, we wasn't charged with saying that he could be a God. We are charged for taking too long to make up our mind. So in reality, that is an agreement. Because if you know for a fact, it's like this. Ain't nobody got to tell me I'm a male. Because I got all male parts. I know I'm a male. I don't believe I'm a male. I know I'm a male. See what I'm saying? So if God gives you a question, like, do you think Satan could be a God? And you taking too long to answer that question, then in your mind, you undecided. So that's why we're here on this tiny spaceship called Earth. It took us too long to make up our mind to submit to God's absolute authority. See, those Caucasians, they're in they council room, and they trying to find a contradiction with me. You cannot. I am with my Father, and my Father is with me. I know this. I don't believe this. I know this. My Father got my back. My Father protects me, take care of me. My Father. My Father. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So Musa did not make no confidential like y'all say in the Bible. That's how they got you to stop believing in the Bible. Because they done wrote some things in there that is not true, and it contradicts the truth of the Bible. See what I'm saying? So that's why you rejecting the Bible. But God sent us another book, the Holy Quran. Get the one that has Surah 9, 127, last verse, not 128 and 129. See? So Musa did not contradict himself. So we want to so Allah shows me these things, and then He give me where to go find the answer, and I give it to you. Okay, now we're gonna do number 1, the angels. Then we're gonna do number 2, the animals. Okay. Let me turn on the lights. All right, now we got the lights on. Number 1, the angels. Creatures who never question God's, with an S, absolute authority, were classified as angels. They knew that God alone possessed the ability and qualification to be a God. The vast majority of God's creatures, with an S, countless numbers, belong in this category. The number of angels is so enormous, enormous, with a comma. Even the angels do not know how many of them there are. Only God knows their number. 74:31, abbreviated. And now we're doing the animals. Number 2, the animals. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Okay, number 2, the animals. Although the animals suggested that the rebels and their leader should be exiled from God's kingdom, I'm going to read that again. Although, my bad, I read it wrong. Although the angels suggested that the rebels and their leader should be exiled from God's kingdom, 2:30, abbreviated, the most merciful will to give the rebels a chance to denounce their claim, repent, and submit to His absolute authority. 33:72, abbreviated. As representatives in the diagram below, the vast majority of the rebels took advantage of God's generous offer to re-enter His kingdom. So that tells us that many of us is going to take advantage. Many of us is going to come back to God. We're talking about on the earth, because that's what God is talking about. We are the one that was exiled out of God's kingdom, because we couldn't make a firm stand. The Gens, who are the Caucasians, they straight up went with Satan. They voted for Satan. That's what y'all call it on the earth today. They voted for Satan. They agreed to kill their ego, come to this world to perform a submissive role, SUBMISSIVE, as an example. Wait, I'm gonna spell that. ESPIATION, for their blasphemy. In return for their submissive role in this world, These creatures are redeemed back to God's eternal kingdom. That's us. See, all us that turn back and come back to God, we going back into God's kingdom. See, we was exiled. Everybody walking on the earth right today was exiled out of God's kingdom. The black man and woman, because we couldn't make a firm stand. The Caucasians, because they straight up agreed with Satan. But we're all here because we did not submit to God's absolute authority. So in other words, we all kind of pick Satan in a way. The horses, the dogs, the trees, the sun, the moon, the stars, as well as deformed and retarded children are among the intelligent creatures who denounced their crime and repented. The animals repented, the dogs repented, retarded children repented. We, brothers and sisters, some of us repented. Some of the Caucasian repented. Mexican, all other race of the earth repented. And we are going back into God's kingdom. But right today, we got a lot of people walking around here talking about I'm crazy. That nigga done lost his mind. And all that foolishness right there. Still not making a firm stand to God's absolute authority. See, I'm not calling myself God. God called us gods. See, that's what you are missing. God called us gods. So don't walk around, he think he God. No, brother, I am a God. You are a God. The only difference between me and you, I accept my Godship. I'm in my Father, and my Father is in me. You are in your Father, and your Father is in you. Satan is not our Father. Satan is just an angel that's tricking everybody through illusions. I got a box I got to read down here. It's a diagram. Do you not realize that to God, Prostrates, everything in the heaven and the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the animals, as well as many people. He didn't say all people, because all people is not going to accept God. Y'all talking about I'm crazy. Many people, however, are destined for RETRIBUTION. Got a serial number here. 22:18, comma. The sun and the trees prostrate. 55.6, comma. The horse has no ego. The horse owner can be rich or poor, tall or short, fat or thin, young or old, and the horse will serve them all. The dog has no ego. It will wag his tail to every owner, no matter how rich or poor the owner might be. The sun rises and sets every day at the precisely the time prescribed by God. The moon, that's why they changing the time up and down. See, it wasn't prescribed by God for the time to be changed. Everything God made is perfect. The moon followed its SYNCHRONIZED orbit around the earth without the slightest Deviation. The human body, a temporary garment. Stop right there. See, brothers, the human body, our bodies, are a temporary garment, meaning that we're going to die. And we're going to leave this body. See, so our body is temporary. Like this is what you call, or we call, death. See, that's what we call death. Everybody gonna die, man. Ain't nobody gonna live on this earth forever. So why are you afraid of something that cannot be changed? You're scared to speak, say what you want in the presence of a Caucasian. You're scared to stand up and hold your head up in the front of a Caucasian. You ain't gonna get whooped no more by no Caucasian. You did that happen because we allowed it to happen. Yes. You think the young guys under the age of 40 is gonna let somebody put a whip on their back? That's why God chose them. Belong to the earth. As such, it is a submeter, SUBMITTER, the hearts, lungs, kidneys, and other organs perform their function without our control. I love y'all. I love y'all. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Okay. Now we're doing the humans. The humans. Moses did not contradict himself. It's in the book. The hardcore rebels, humans and jinns, humans in God's likeness and in God's image, who he created, the black man, the humans, and jinns, the Caucasians. They are the jinns. They are the ones that go against God. See, they are the jinns. Refuse to denounce their claim. And OPTED for witnessing a demonstration of Satan's claim. We're still doing that, brothers and sisters, in God's image and in God's likeness. We still holding back, calling me a crazy nigga. See what I'm saying? Thinking I'm God, when God told us that we all are gods. That ain't what I think, is what I know. And you know it. It's in the book. God say they are gods with the small g. Who the hell you think he was talking about? I'm not crazy. You are crazy. God told us who we are. He's still telling us who we are. He is making himself known in us. You got to come to God. When God knocking, brothers and sisters, you got to let him in. I open my door wide open for my Father. These egotistic creatures who fail to submit to God's absolute authority, even when offered a chance to do so. See, this is the offering right now. This is your chance to come back to God. You don't have to go to the hellfire. Don't matter what you done did in this life, you do not have to go to the hellfire right now. You could be born again. Change your mind. Let the ego foolishness go and come back to Allah. This is our chance to get back into God's kingdom. Take it, brother. Don't wait out there. You can't make your mind calling me a crazy nigga. Don't do that. I ain't crazy. I ain't crazy. Even when the offer a chance to do so were divided in half. The half that were less convinced of Satan's point of view became classified as human. We are the one less convinced. In God likeness. That's why we are in the image of God, and why we are in his likeness. I'm going to read it again. Why we are in the likeness of God. The half that were less convinced of Satan's point of view. We were less convinced. That's why we couldn't make up our mind. They fail. They fail. Classified at. They fail. Wait a minute. Let me get on that. They fail to make a firm stand regarding to God's absolute authority. That's our crime. It is the ego that prevented these creatures from APPRECIATING, God's, with an S, OMNIPOTENCE. That's us, the humans. It is the ego that prevented them from submitting when such an opportunity was offered to them. Let go your ego, brothers. Now, they say Jesus is supposed to come back. He got to come back in somebody. How you going to come back if he don't come back in somebody? Brothers, 33.72. And it is the ego that stands between most of us and redemption to God's kingdom. 25.43. This is why kill your ego. The one of the first commandment in the Quran. Kill your ego. I ain't come to y'all telling y'all I'm God. I came to y'all telling y'all we are all gods. We, not I. We are all gods, children of the Most High God with a small g. That's what our Father said, brothers and sisters. I love y'all. Y'all have a most beautiful day. Musa is not crazy. I don't have that ego. I'm with my Father, and my Father is with me, and so is he with you. But he's knocking at the door, and you ain't letting him in. Y'all talking about Musa crazy, thinking he is God. I know I am a God, and God is trying to tell you who you are. He said it in the book. I love y'all.